Corbino here. We got a game review that... The Walking Dead Destinies, guys. Change the story, shatter fate, alter the story of AMC's The Walking Dead, survive the apocalypse, play your way through stealth or all-out combat, slash, bash, and shoot the undead, play as 12 iconic characters from The Walking Dead universe. This game sucks. It's low-key good. Like, it's so bad, it's kinda barely good. You know? Yeah, I was waiting for the price to drop, and then I have the GameStop Power to players. I don't know what it's called now. But anyways, you get the $5 coupon every month, and then I always have discounts and points. So I think I got it for less than $20. Still too much for that game, to be honest. But I'm glad I got to experience it for myself and not just see the reviews. I think I enjoyed it more because I went into it knowing how bad it was. If someone would have just told me the concept of the game and then handed it to me, I would have went in with high expectations. Me and Tony from Classic Classics, we talk a good bit about how awesome it would be to do an animated What If Walking Dead series. Get back as many of the characters you can to voice them. Just, do what ifs for different, what if so-and-so didn't die? What if this person died? What if this person never joined the group? What if da-da-da-da-da-da-da, it's such a fun concept. And this game said, let's do it. Let's make a game on this. This game is season 1 to the season 4 finale, or season 4 mid-season finale, when the governor attacks the prison for the final time. It's a game. It's a game. Yeah. We play as 12 characters. 8 of them are here on the cover. Rick, Shane, Michonne, Merle, Glenn, Governor, Daryl, Carl, and then Dale, Herschel, Beth, Maggie, Lori. Wait, that's not... It says 12, but that's 8 right there on the cover, so that's 8. Am I that bad at math? It's 8. I might be that bad at math. Beth, Maggie, Lori, Dale, Herschel, but that's 13. Am I that bad at math? That's 8 here on the cover. I can't be that bad at math, can I? No, it was 15 because I remember on the menu it had 5 on each side and then 5 in the middle. So it's 15 characters, right? Not 12. Huh. Because it was Rick, Shane, Daryl, Dale, Herschel, Merle, Michonne, Glenn, I don't know. I feel like it's more than 12 characters, but it just says plays 12 iconic characters. But I feel like it's more than 12. Anyways, correct me, or maybe I'll put on here how many characters there are. Carol's in it too. There's more than 12. Their advertising's not even right. There's like 15 characters to play as. Cause T-Dog, there's 15 at least. I don't know what it's talking about 12. They're bad at advertising. Well, I guess I didn't play as everybody, so maybe it means you can only play as 12 at a time. I don't know. I don't know what that means. But anyways, I never played as Beth. I never played as Carl. I never played as Dale. And I played as Carol, Merle, and Merle for like 2 seconds. Same with the governor for like 2 seconds. T-Dog I never played as. But maybe it's all because of choices I made. Maybe that's why I didn't play as so many people. Here I got a long list of things that I'm gonna go, things that I took notes on. I did everything the opposite of the show. So when you go to the school to get meds for Carl, instead of sacrificing, where it would be Otis in the show, it's Maggie or Beth in the game, I save them and I don't sacrifice them, so I don't get the meds, and Carl dies. But they still continue to talk as if Carl's alive. Lori, literally, like, Lori survives and gives birth to Judith and is alive. She's talking about doing her speech, kind of. She's like, Carl and Judith are gonna beat this world. It's like, no, Carl's already dead. He didn't beat the world. Shane, I have Shane as the leader and alive, not Rick. Shane's like, yeah, I gotta do everything to make sure that Carl and Lori are safe now. And it's like, no, he's been dead. He died at the beginning of season 2. He's dead, guys. But yeah, so that's a mess up, glitch, whatever you want to call it in the game. They continue to talk as if Carl's alive when he is not. Also, I don't know if you guys can hear it. I feel like I always say this and then you guys aren't able to hear it. My dog will not shut up. She wants to be outside because there's kids playing in the yard over. But then she won't shut up out there. So, anyways, who shot Carl? Because Otis isn't in the game. It shows Carl looking at a deer, and on the other side of the deer is like a big rock, and then trees and leaves. The rock shot him. Daryl wouldn't be Shane's right-hand man. At the beginning of season 3 in the game world, it starts off with Daryl and Shane looking for the prison, or coming across the prison, and Daryl's like, she's still not talking to you or something. Shane's like, yeah, she blames me for what happened. It's like, well, no shit, Shane, you killed her husband. And Daryl would see through that. You know, he would know he killed Rick. He wouldn't be his right-hand man just because Rick's gone. And in my playthrough, Merle's still with us, so he definitely would not be Daryl or Shane's right-hand man. Doesn't make sense. Now, someone lit the barn on fire, but Carl and Rick are non-existent at the time of the barn being lit on fire. It's just randomly on fire, and then the farm gets overrun. Herschel sounds like someone doing an impression of Dana Carvey doing an impression of George W. Bush. It's funny, I enjoy it. It is cool. I did find this to be very cool. That they'll reference stuff that happens later in the show. Like Lori, I think it's in season 2 era. She talks about how she wanted them to have a family that would have pancakes together every Sunday, even if they were god-awful. And we don't learn that till season 4 in the show. And stuff like that does happen, where they will mention things that are found out later in the show about the characters. So I found that kind of cool. I did like that. Herschel dies, and then Glenn's response to it is, I did not have that on my bingo card. That's your father-in-law. That's not... And assuming that it's still his father-in-law, because you never see Glenn and Maggie interact in this game. But Maggie has a wedding ring on, even though the engagement doesn't even happen until the end of season 3. But I don't know. But she has a ring on. So I assume they're still together. No emotion to his father-in-law dying. Also, Herschel dies in my version when he gets bit in the leg because Shane's in charge, so he leaves him to die. Dale survives the entire game. I assumed that he didn't die because Carl wasn't there to get him killed, but then I was watching some other choice things, and it looks like he only survived because Shane saves him with the night the farm's overrun. So I don't know if Carl survives. Does Dale still make it that far? I don't know. But if Rick survived, he would have died the night the farm. I didn't really understand that. But Dale survives, and he literally does nothing the entire game. I never played as him. He does nothing mission-wise. He had one conflict with Merle, I think, at the very beginning of the game, and that was it. His RV does not look like his RV at all. And anytime you go up to him, like, you can go up to the characters and press Y and they'll talk. Anytime you go up to Dale, it's always about his wife. He's like, well, Irma got cancer. The cancer came out of nowhere. We weren't expecting it. So we decided when Irma got cancer that we'd hit the road. We barely got on the road when her cancer started flaring up. Like, we know, Dale. She's got cancer. Thank you. Beth waits to try to kill herself till she gets to the prison. She waits till Herschel dies and then tries to kill herself. I don't know if that would have happened no matter what, because she doesn't do it because of her mom being dead. She only does it when Herschel dies, so maybe if Herschel doesn't die, she doesn't do it. I don't know. Maggie loses her mind just like in the show. But then another time she tries to kill herself, Michonne catches her, like seconds after we meet Michonne, and she's so upset. Like, she is mad. And it's like, Michonne, you have no attachment to this little girl. I mean, I guess that, I get it to an extent, but it's her reaction was a little weird to me. Now, Judith, she is born, Laurie survives, Carl's not there. Her name would not be Judith anymore, because Carl named her after his teacher. Laurie and Carl never spoke about it. If they did, we didn't know, but they never spoke about how he liked the name Judith from his 3rd grade teacher. So why did Laurie also name the baby Judith? Like, what are the odds of that? Now, who voices the governor? He's funny. Everybody, you can tell they're trying to be like the characters. No, the governor, he's like, well, like, I'll try to find some footage if I think about it. He's just like, I don't know how, kind of like a Stan Smith, but like a higher, but deeper. I don't know. He's not trying to be the governor at all. Now, when you start playing as Michonne, if you start going away from the objective, no one else does this, at least not when I played it. Anytime you go away from the objective, Michonne says incredibly loud, I should head to the objective! And I'm like, do you know you're in a game? That's not what you would say in real life. Like, if I'm going to the store for food and then I start looking at toys, I'm not going to I should head to the objective! Like, that's not what people say. Now, when you go to your HQ, people will be there that shouldn't be there. Like, or vice versa. Like, there's a point on the farm. Rick, I couldn't find Rick anywhere. I don't know where he would have been at, but like story-wise, like he could have been inside or something, I guess, but like he was nowhere to be found. And then at the prison, Glenn was there after he got kidnapped. Like, he just got kidnapped, but then he was at the prison somehow. But Michonne was still gone because she was still kidnapped. And this Michonne and Glenn get kidnapped instead of Herschel and Michonne. Don't know if that would have changed if I kept him alive. Michonne also gets killed. My favorite thing is when you have to diffuse conflicts in the group, and after it's, the conflict's done, is it the character that wins the conflict or loses the conflict? I don't remember, but either way, one of the characters after every conflict you have to diffuse, they go, give me a break! Merle, Beth, Maggie, doesn't matter. Give me a break! Every time, and I'm like, I just don't understand. It's so goofy. Before I get into what it covered, let me talk about some of the good. It's an interesting concept to have T-Dog be the one that was left on the roof, even though it makes no sense. But it is interesting to have Merle come back with you, even though they do nothing with it. And then T-Dog returns with working alongside the governor, and they do nothing with it. It's an interesting concept, though. And he's even got, T-Dog has like a cool big hook instead of just a little dagger on his stump. The governor being pleased that Michonne spares Zombie Penny's life, and then he joins our group. That's a cool concept. It is, but they do nothing with it. It also makes no sense as to why, because if you save her and Merle's his right-hand man, then Merle will walk in and be like, what is going on here? What is all this? And get mad and freaked out about the governor's zombie heads and stuff. But, like, Merle knows about that stuff. But then he tries to kill the governor and Michonne saves him. Doesn't add up. In my version, T-Dog's the one that walks in and is like, what is going on here? And that kind of makes sense, because it's like, maybe T-Dog really was just surviving with the governor and then didn't know he was doing the dark stuff. And was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's crazy that you're doing that. But T-Dog wouldn't then turn into the governor and become super evil over it. And if he did, how did he just get to be in charge of Woodbury? Everyone just fell in line to him and made him the new governor? That made no sense. Very cool concepts that make no sense and they don't do anything with. I guess I said, let me talk about the good, and I'm still bashing it. Laurie survives. That's cool, and you do get to play with her just at the end, actually, in the final battle. But she changes her outfit. She gets, kind of made me think of the comic. She has overalls on that are like folded down, and she cuts her hair. And it's just kind of like, that's cool. Laurie always had the same look in the show, so that's cool that she gets a new look. The prisoners, the only prisoner there is Andrew. No matter what, he will try to kill you guys, whether you let him join the group or not. But letting him join the group has him kill Carol. Not letting him join the group has him kill Lori. Yeah, I'm trying to think of different things that happen. Sophia still, I don't know if there's a way to save Sophia, but she still comes out of the barn. Yeah, literally, most of the characters at least had one or two little things to do or something towards the story. Dale literally had nothing to do at all. I have no idea why he's even in the game. Because they exclude a lot of important characters, but for some reason keep Dale when he does literally nothing in the game. He is important in the show. And the only thing he says that's not about his wife Irma and her cancer is when he's like, so I care too much. What's the problem with that? And it's clearly a reference to him being overbearing and caring of Andrea. But Andrea doesn't exist in this game. So that it doesn't make sense. I think it's pretty dumb that you can only carry one item at a time. One grenade. If you got a grenade, then you can't have your pills. If you have your pills, you can't have your med kit. If you have your med kit, then you can't have a flash grenade. If you have your, like, it's so stupid. I hate when games try to do that crap. The killing the zombies is fun for the most part. Some of the guns work like not at all. The revolver's great. The hunting rifle's great. The assault rifle's okay. The rest of the guns are garbage. If you shoot zombies or bad guys with those, they become bullet sponges. But with the others, it's headshots. It's headshots. Assault rifle does damage faster than the other guns, but it doesn't do headshots right away. But the other ones are pow, headshot. But aiming's also annoying because sometimes it's like auto aim. And then other times it goes. And finally locks on. And that's me. That was me trying to aim it myself. It moves so slowly. So I don't understand. And then when I played as Shane, I don't know if this is something that happens with everybody or just me. When I would try to shoot, he would just swing his weapon like crazy over and over. The amount of times I died as Shane trying to get out of Woodbury because of that, oh my, I was going to lose my mind. Oh, I was getting so frustrated. It was ridiculous. He just like, because you would press the left trigger to pull up the gun and the R2 to shoot. I would do it, and then he would just start swinging his weapon. What is it my controller? But it didn't happen with anybody else. And T-Dog, when he finally attacks the prison, it's Shane and him go up against each other as if it's Rick and Governor, and he's like, Shane's like, you're mine. It's been a long time coming. It has not. I've never seen you and T-Dog interact in this. You guys have there's nothing, no relationship at all. Even if it was Rick, there was no relationship. And it just doesn't, it was just, they rushed through everything. They took such a good concept and just ruined it. It is fun to low-key kind of see how some things have changed. It is. Even though some things don't really change. The zombie killing is fun for the most part. Stealth is okay. Alright, let's talk about cast. Lori, T-Dog, Beth, Andrew, and Sophia. I believe that's all of them. All return, according to IMDb, all return for their roles. Like their characters again. You can hear it in all of them but Sophia, because Sophia's a grown woman now. But so she's doing a really obvious kid voice, if IMDb is accurate on it being her. And then it says Chandler Riggs returned, just not as Carl, because that would be a grown-ass man. It just says Woodbury Goon. So he must be there somewhere and I just didn't notice him. But that is cool that they got some cast members back. I don't know how they went about that, how they chose who to bring back. Michonne reminds me of the Telltale Michonne, which it's like, yeah, okay, that could fit for the comic. Michonne doesn't fit for the show. Merle is such a bad Merle. Dale is awful. Governor is laughably awful. Morgan's low-key good. Rick's bad. Daryl's funny. Like, it's good but funny. Carol's not good. Carl, I don't even remember what he sounded like, but probably just sounded like a boy. Shane, sometimes, kind of. Maggie, kind of. Glenn, not really. Actually, sometimes yes, but most of the time not really. Not sure who else there is. Yeah. And then you got characters that are missing. Andrea. Okay? And that's when Michonne gets to Woodbury. She says, like, all of Andrea's lines. Because Michonne wasn't talking when they got to Woodbury. Andrea asked all the questions. In this version, and Michonne's asking all the questions. Also, Daryl's the one that gets kidnapped. I don't know if there's a way to change that. If it could have been Glenn and Maggie. But in my version, it was Daryl. But, yeah, Andrea, Amy, Jim, Jackie, CDC, Dr. Jenner, Otis, Patricia, Jimmy, Randall and his crew, Axel, Oscar, Tomas, Big Tiny, Tyrese, Sasha, Alan, Ben, Donna, Bob, Martinez, Schumpert, Karen, so many others. Obviously, some of those you could have done without, but a lot of them, it's like, what? How are they not in this story? That's insane. But so many of the characters are just missing, and they just skip over complete things. Now, they cover Season 1, Episodes 1 through 4, but every episode they cover is incredibly shortened. Season 2, Episode 1 through 3, Episode 7, and Episodes 12 through 13. Season 3, Episode 1 through 4, 8 through 9, and then Episode 12, Clear, with Morgan returning. They do that episode, but it's in Season 4. Like, it's in the middle of Season 4. And then Season 4 is Episode 2, 4, and 8. A lot of episodes are missing. Some, yeah, are filler episodes you could have done without, but there's a lot that's like, yeah, we needed those episodes. They butcher the heck out of it. Literally, I said Season 3 goes from Episode 8 to 9, saving Daryl from Woodbury and leaving Woodbury. And then it's Season 4. We have no more conflict with the governor. It's the beginning of Season 4. People are getting sick. Like, it's Episode 2 and the zombies are attacking the cell block. No, they're just already attacking. Then we're looking for meds. And while looking for meds, people get kidnapped as if it's Michonne and Herschel going out in the woods to burn bodies. No, they just get kidnapped out looking for meds at the veterinary college. But I think here it's a veterinary store or something. And then the governor attacks. We arrive on the highway. Sophia gets lost. Carl gets shot. We get there. Shane leaves. Goes to the school to get medicine. Then boom, it's now time for Shane to lose his shit and break the zombies out of the barn. And right after that, Shane's like, we need to go on a perimeter watch. And Rick and Shane go out in the woods and Rick gets killed. And then Season 1, it's Rick wakes up. Morgan finds him immediately. There's no Dwayne or Jenny. He leaves immediately, gets to Atlanta. Glenn saves him using a fire engine or a fire truck siren. Then you get on the rooftop and Merle and T-Dog are up there fighting. And then you immediately dissolve that and then you leave. There's no time in Atlanta at all. You get back to camp. There's Lori and Carl, and then the camp gets overrun. I think. I don't think there's much in between that. But yeah, I mean, it just hops, it jumps so quick. It is funny seeing people say their lines, seeing these characters, seeing the Shane actor or the Rick actor trying to recreate the lines from the show. It's funny hearing these actors that are reprising their roles do it again. Like Lori saying, tell it to the frogs. Merle saying that'll be the day. And T-Dog being like, what? What does that mean? Go ahead and say it. What'll be the day? It's like, it's funny hearing them say it because it's clear they are phoning it in this time. And the other actors are just doing a bad job. It's so bad. And I want to keep talking about it. Yeah, guys, did anyone try The Walking Dead Destinies? Anyone want to start a conversation on Walking Dead What Ifs, though? I'd be down. We could talk about what ifs on what if T-Dog survived, what if Rick died instead of Shane, Sophia survived, anything. I love talking Walking Dead what ifs, so let's do it, guys, because this game failed at it. And then the final scene, oh yeah, when after the prison's overrun and I save, everyone, you leave, my screen glitched and cut black, and I heard some zombies, and then I hear Shane's voice saying, "Don't look back. Don't look back." I don't know who he's saying it to, because it should be him and Carl, like Rick and Carl leaving. I don't know, because I didn't see it. I don't know who I don't know if he's leaving with Judith and Lori. I don't know who made it out of the prison. It just shows. Well, I heard him say, "Don't look back." And then when I looked up different endings, it showed us Shane and Carl leaving the prison. But so I don't know what my ending actually did. And then it finally stopped glitching, and it showed me a Terminus sign in the middle of a field. God, it's so. But like, if you can find it for cheap, give it a try. Give it a try. It's entertaining in a way, but it's so bad. It's so bad. Yeah. Oh, also, when Shane goes back in the episode Clear to get weapons for them, because, it's normally Rick who goes back, Morgan starts shooting at Shane, and it's like, we didn't need that episode, especially since Rick and Morgan never had any interaction in the game. But anyways, when he gets there, Morgan starts shooting at him, and immediately Shane's like, "Rick told me about a guy here. Morgan? Morgan, is that you, Morgan?" And Morgan's like, "How you know my name? You're not real." He's like, "Rick Grimes." He's like, "No, he's not real." And he's like, "No, I know Rick Grimes. He told me about you. He didn't make it." And then he's like, "Oh, alright, well, come in the back, I'll give you some guns. I have to clear." Literally. He says something like, "I have to clear." Okay. There was no need for it. Just... Come on. It was such an awesome concept. Yeah. Let me know, guys. I have so many more thoughts on this game, but I can't keep here that long. It's probably been like 20 plus minutes. Hopefully I can edit it down. But yeah, guys, and until next time, give me a break.